Hello everybody and welcome back to Kevin Plays Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012 Challenges. Today's challenge is another medium one-on-one challenge and it's called the Tangled Vale. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so Nisa has 22 life while we have 7. In spite of Nisa's massive elvish force, we must weave a plot to defeat her. So we have 2 Bloodghast in our hand. We have a sudden impact that does damage to player equal to the number of cards in their hand. We have a Sickening Dreams, does X damage to each creature and each player, where X is the number of cards discarded. We have to discard cards as a part of its cost. We have a Sound and Blood that does 2 bit damage to a player and they draw 2 cards, or they lose 2 life. And we have a Corrupt, that does damage equal to the number of swamps we control to target player or creature player, and we gain that much life. We have a Terramorphic Expanse and 2 more Bloodghast in play. He has a bunch of elves. He has a Darksteel Colossus, but it's tapped, so that doesn't really matter. Has 2 Heedless Ones whose power and toughness is equal to the elves in play. We have an Elf Ward, or basically a Lord, Imperious Perfect, that gives other elves +1/+1. You can also put a token into play, but that doesn't matter. Then we have another elf, which is a 4/4. So it would be a 3/3. Another elf, which would be a 2/3. We have 2 of those. And a bunch of 2/2 elves. 8 of those. And another 5/4, which would be a 4/3. So, we need to do 3 damage to all the elves. Because if we kill this one, it's going to shrink all the other ones. It only takes 2 to kill her. But since the other ones have 3 toughness, we need to do 3 damage. And when all these other elves die, then that's going to cause the Heedless Ones to die, because there'll be no other elves into play. Well, there'll be 2, but since we did 3 damage, they would die. So to start out, we're going to play our Sickening Dreams. We have to discard 3 cards, and we're going to get rid of our Bloodghasts. I'll tell you why. And we're going to get rid of a Corrupt. We're going to keep the Sudden Impact and the Sound and Blood, because we're going to use those. So this is going to wipe the board. And now Nisa's at 19 and has 7 cards in hand. And this card is going to do damage for the cards in their hand. So if we do Sound and Blood, she'll lose 2 life, go down to 17, and have 9 cards, and then take another 9 and go down to 8. And since we have 4 Bloodghasts in our graveyard, and she'll be down to 8, we'll be able to swing for lethal with those, but I'll show you how to get those back into play after this. So first, we're going to use the Sound and Blood on her. She's tapped out, so we don't have to worry about her playing anything. So then she goes to 17 and 9. And now we're going to play our Sudden Impact. Again on Nisa to drop her below 10. And since now that she's below 10, if it'll let me select the graveyard, if you look at Bloodghast, has haste if is at 10 life or less. And it'll come back into play whenever a land enters the battlefield. Since we have a Terramorphic Expanse, we can get a land into the battlefield by sacrificing it. It doesn't really matter, we'll just get a Swamp. And that's going to trigger all 4 of the Bloodghast to come back into play. Which are 2 1s. It's 4 of those, a total of 8 damage. And Nisa's at 8. So go ahead and continue once we got them all into play. And then attack with them for the lethal to complete the challenge. And that'll take us to the end of the challenge. You can check the annotations at the end for the full challenges playlist, as well as a playlist to my other matches against all the other Planeswalkers of the game. And I will see you all back here for the next challenge.